Chapter 7. Seen Worse. Sky sat on her cream-colored, overstuffed couch with feet tucked under her. A large tablet lay open on her lap, lighting her face. Her smooth brow creased as she searched the web for any further sign of the dreadful disease she and Tom had discussed. Sky found little about the illness. And yet Dr. Kinder says there were too many sick in Colton for his office, and he's now at the school gym. The disease control website told her the virus had a name. It was such a long one Sky couldn't tackle it, but it had a nickname: AG flu. It included early signs of the illness, normal cold and flu symptoms, and gave warnings about its ability to advance to pneumonia at a rapid pace. People should see their doctor at once, it said, if they developed any of the early manifestations. The article stated less than 100 people had contracted it. Sky huffed. That's impossible. They are downplaying this. Sky's mind drifted back to her earlier conversation with the doctor. There had to be more than 100 nationwide. Sky tapped her manicured nail to her lips. There was no mention of the biting, out-of-control behavior like the man from Colton on YouTube or the young girl on the news. No new information on those two infected, and no new victims of the disease. But if there really are only 100 victims, or thereabouts, and a good part of them are in Colton, maybe it isn't as serious as they led Tom to believe. Maybe whatever precautions were taken by the authorities are working. It wouldn't be the first time we've prepared for something bad, disease or weather, and it turned out to be nothing. If that's the case, I have no problem with that. Sky turned off her tablet and strolled to her kitchen, opening the tall, white cabinets. I have a decent supply of food, but if this epidemic does take a swift turn, and I need to stay in, well, not enough for that. A stop at the local market was in order, and while running errands, she would withdraw cash from the bank. Satisfied with her plan and confident it would make Tom happy, Sky brought her hand to her mouth as she yawned and headed to the bathroom to get ready for bed. The next morning, Sky made her way out to the kitchen and turned on her Keurig. While she waited for her cup to fill, she picked at a loose button on her pajamas with one hand and rubbed her eye with the other. She had never been a morning person. Sky sipped her coffee as she turned the TV to the news. The headline was the AG flu. The liquid in the mug she held rippled as she trembled. The overnight press had gotten their hands on information about more cases. A lot more. Sky pushed the remote's button again and again, surfing through the networks. Whether someone leaked the details to the networks, or the disease control offered it, depended upon what channel Sky viewed. The number of ill was now in the thousands. She gulped her coffee to warm the chill moving through her. The huge jump was unnerving and unprecedented, not only to Sky but also the newscasters. Their wide-eyed fear and somber voices didn't seem faked as they talked of curfews. Sky reopened her cabinets and looked in the refrigerator, writing a food list as she did so. Definitely going to the store tonight before this gets any worse. At noon, Sky ate her lunch to the voice of a national newscaster revealing case after case of the AG flu. Some had a basic cold and flu, some had pneumonia, but for others, the illness took a darker turn. They harmed people. The news made her nauseous, and she put most of her meal back into the refrigerator uneaten. By her 2 o'clock coffee break, there were more developments. The shop had foregone its usual selection of soothing music for the unsettling blare of updates from a makeshift TV on the counter. It seemed a never-ending litany of more cases, more attacks. The disease control now urged people to increase their hygiene. They included instructions on the proper way to wash your hands and when a person may want to wear a medical mask. A panel of self-appointed experts strongly endorsed curfews and quarantines, even for the healthy. In their opinion, it was the only way to stay safe. Sky looked around the cozy cafe. A few people watched the TV, but most others seemed relaxed as they tapped on their phones. When she took her latte from the barista, Sky said, "What do you think about this?" as she pointed to the television. "It'll blow over, don't you worry. We've seen worse than this. Remember H1N1? We were all supposed to die then too. I reckon we'll be just fine." Sky gave her a weak smile. "I hope so. It'll be fine. We only have this TV up here because the owner is an old worrywart. Don't let it bother you. Go on over there and drink your coffee." Sky nodded and moved to a table near the window. She watched the people casually walking down the sidewalk, then scanned the restaurant. She saw few with the tightness around their eyes she could feel on her face. Most seemed to go about their day as cheerfully as if it were any other day. Was she being foolish, or were they?